Yeah, so welcome everyone to our third Merge Forward meeting, the second one where we announced Merge Forward. So it's great to see new faces. And as a quick reminder, of course, this is a CNCF meeting, so we do have to abide by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which basically means be respectful and kind to each other. So should be an easy task. So we do have a new face. So let's maybe hear from you, Rob. Tell us how you found us, why you're here, and yeah,
Sure.
whatever you want.
So I saw the advertisement, I think on the Kubernetes Slack, and was kind of innately interested. I have a hobbyist degree in cognitive science.
Mhm.
I've got a father who's going through the process of, Parkinson's and Parkinson's dyskinesia, and had uh, problems calling 911 on his with Siri and on his iPhone. And so that notion that technology is impacting folks I care about. And I've got some other loved ones that have various procedural production issues and grammatical issues that make it hard for them to use the AI agents that are in our phones now and in Alexa and all that kind of stuff. And and I was a pretty typical like childhood stutter in ways that would have impacted my ability to use those at a younger age. And so I wanted to come on out and say hello.
Okay, great. Well, welcome. I hope you stick around. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of cool things that we're working on. And yeah, so hope to see you again. Okay, so quick Merge Forward updates. And I would like to make the initial updates rather short. If we have questions or like want to have a discussion, maybe we can bump them to the open discussion because I want to make sure we can all go through our quick updates. Okay, so one thing I did ask Audra is to enable discussions on all community group pages, because I saw we had like the Merge Forward page had it, and as you've seen, I've been using them to add documents and stuff like that. I was like repurposing that tool, and I thought it was kind of nice. And saw that it wasn't enabled for the other one, so it's enabled now. So you should see it on your page. So maybe if you would like to publish something, you can use it as well. Then we have the Merge Forward Marketing Kit. As a reminder, like I posted that on Slack, but there are several resources. We want to get the word out about what we do, like a deck that you can use when you're speaking, whatever the topic is, just like seeing the logo and maybe just mentioning that you're part of the group that already raises awareness. So check it out. Then we have a collaboration best practices doc. It's all linked in the agenda, so I'm just mentioning it again. Just because collaborating async can be challenging because we have people all over the world, as we know, from New Zealand till the East Coast in the US. So it's a pretty broad spectrum of time. So we need to be able to collaborate effectively. So check that out. We also have the roles and responsibilities, which is basically something that I repurposed from other groups. So it's not something that we invented. It's like the way roles generally are assigned and what responsibility, like if you're doing a certain role, what responsibilities come with it. It's just to have some clarity, but that's standard CNCF practice. And then contributor opportunities. We have, of course, active Merge Forward members. I was talking about the discussion feature. So these are all pages on the discussion. Active members always needed. I thought it was kind of nice to kind of write out what does it mean to be an active member so people know, but it's basically just showing up and the things that you can do to support us that are not as I mean, some things you need to really kind of put a lot of effort in it. There are a lot of things that don't require effort but can be very powerful. And so it's outlined there. Then we have, and I changed the name a little bit of that. I'm calling it now a non-code opportunity digital marketing core contributor. So core contributor means that someone who has to do certain, like that, where we do expect a certain amount of hours regularity. And this is a digital marketing person. Visibility is super important. Still looking for someone with marketing experience on that because it helps us with visibility. Then we have also KubeCon on-site coordinator. Donia is leading this, but she might need some help. And then last chance to team up with a speaker from an underrepresented group. The CFP deadline is October 10th, so it's coming up. So if anyone would like to do that. And then also I saw we have 99 people on the Merge Forward community page. Let's get it up to 150, I thought, in 2 months. If you wonder why, it's not just the numbers. It's not a vanity thing. It's whoever joins the page gets updates, can register for meetings and so on. So it's important because it gives us a vehicle to reach out to people. And so of course, each group should also try to do that for their own group, right? Because again, you can send emails to everyone. So it is powerful. Okay, I think we can get started with the community group updates. And Anya, you're our first, at least on the agenda.
Hi, everyone. Good day. So for the Stuttering and Speech Diversity initiative, we started working on our conference doc for tips for the organizers, and we are doing something good. It is coming up fine, and I believe we should finalize before next week, and it will be published in the community group. That's the goal.
Okay, that's awesome. Oh, neurodiversity. So Diana told me she can't make it. So I'm just, so she put her notes in there. So she started the resources for the KubeCon kiosk specifically for neurodiversity. And I put a link directly to that in there. And so it would be great to create something like that for the specific groups as well. Again, we have like a kiosk, and the goal is to kind of help people who are manning the kiosk during that time to know like what are the important things we should kind of mention when to educate the community about the challenges that each group has, or how people can become allies for specific groups and so on. So people don't have to figure it all out on the spot at the kiosk. And then that's kind of tough, right? Like thinking a little bit through. And so we also speak in one message. So she started that. That's great. And the other thing is that she needs to be added as a lead to the group. I pinged Audra. So we can move to Friends of Dorothy.
Hey there. So we're starting a new monthly huddle with the community this week, which is pretty exciting. And I also talked with the CNCF Israel group leads that do like a bi-monthly meeting. And I will join the next meeting, and we'll talk about Merge Forward, which is great, which will probably bring some new people in, hopefully. So yeah.
And that is coming up, right? It's not yet.
Oops, it didn't happen yet, right? It will be in the next meeting, which I think will be next month. Yeah, around November. Yeah.
Yeah, be sure to maybe to also mention it in the Merge Forward channel.
All right.
People know, maybe someone wants to join. Everyone is invited as usual. Deep Roots is next.
Cool. Hey all. Yeah, a little bit stop-start on our end still, but we're finally kicking off our happy hour huddles tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's yeah, Destiny O'Connor, who was previously co-chair of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Working Group, has helped to pull some of that planning together. Sandeep and Millard might be able to attest to this, that those happy hours were pretty successful within the group. A lot of time to connect. Yeah, having everything from just the general sort of CNCF goings on and everything in the ecosystem, but also just time to connect as people. Things like helping out with visa advice and cooking and all sorts of cool things. Destiny had some awesome stories to tell, so really looking excited to kick that off. And William, if you're in the call, I'm guessing that's William Rizzo. If you want to say anything about the CFP submissions for Europe, are you man?
I think William should
Maybe.
be in the car, right?
I-
Oh, there you go.
yeah, I'm driving. I'm sorry.
Oh, all good.
I did. So I have some submissions going, and there are some people that contacted me to team up or to get their abstract, some help with their abstract from me. To be honest, I was hoping for more people to get help, ask for help for abstract, but somehow it didn't happen. Yeah, that's all I have. Yeah.
Well, good man. Thank you. Tag team.
Yep.
That's us. Thank you.
Okay, then Sandeep, Deaf and Hard of Hearing.
I think there is not blind and visually impaired.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just because I'm now in my little laptop and I'm like looking back and forth. So Stefan, sorry about
No worries. I heard, so for the update in the Media group, we have a document under review for organizers to follow best practice to be more inclusive. So we expect to deliver it soon. So we publish on the page we have access now.
Perfect. So now it's your turn, Sandeep.
Yeah. Okay. So I think one of the things that I want to say is that we have come up with best practices for interviewing the deaf and the hard of hearing candidates who rely on interpreters. So it is a very excellent document, and Anastasia, she came up with it, and then Catherine and I gave our comments. So it was like a very long document, took like a lot of edits and rehashes. So please make sure to check it out, because I believe that other groups can also copy a few things from that. So like we could all learn to cross-collaborate from each other. And so this one is specific for candidates who are relying on interpreters. The next thing is that we want to come up with a set of best practices where people are relying not just on interpreters, but on just captions, captions like me who relies on captions and lip reading. So that will be a next set of documents, because like we see in the deaf and the hard of hearing world, there's a spectrum, and not everyone signs, not everyone lip reads, and not everyone relies on captions. So each individual has their own needs. That then I think my friends, my signing friends, I don't sign. I just rely on captions and lip reading. But my friends who sign, they had like a cloud native sign language glossary where they came up with signs for like how to sign the Kubernetes, how to sign CNCF, how to sign service mesh. So it is very exciting. And when I meet them at KubeCon, I try to learn all the signs from them. But then I keep forgetting because I don't practice it. So Miladjar, he keeps knocking me that I am not practicing enough. And then Anastasia, she had her first Argo PR. So she also had her first solo talk selected, but unfortunately, she did not get the US visa. But her visa is stuck since 1 year. So all of you who are making to KubeCon, just realize how incredibly lucky you are to make it to KubeCon, to enter the United States of America. It is really very, very hard. And she has been trying for 1 year, and my heart goes out to her that she had her first solo abstract selected, and yet she is not there to present. So now she has been focusing on PR and helping us out, and she had raised the first PR. And then the members of our group, we have sort of 3 talks selected. And the first is a very excellent panel discussion that is a beautiful example of a cross collaboration. So we have Catherine, then we have a few deaf members, and then we have Alex Dean, and he's from the blind and the visually impaired group. So sort of 3 community groups are collaborating, and then there are 2 more talks that the group has. One is the main KubeCon talk that Lucy and I have, and then there's an observability in that talk that Victor. So Victor is also another deaf person. So Victor and I are collaborating. And then we have a sign language crash course that we are planning, and also the Merge Forward booth. So Anastasia, I believe, has submitted the form for that. Whether the form has been submitted or whether she's still working, I'm not so sure, but I'll get to know it in the next few days. And I think lastly, I think for the DI Community Hub, if you don't know what is Community Hub, Catherine can explain you in a much better way. But it is one of the most beautiful things at KubeCon. And this time we have to fill a form if we want to host the DI community event. And the deadline for that is, I think, October 10th. So that's all the update on the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing Working Group. Thank you.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add a few things. First of all, that best practices for employers, for candidates relying on interpreters is so good. So one of the things I think, like, one of the things that I realized, so I was also contributing to it, but also very often kind of adding things that I feel deaf people never mention because they just assume. So it's like my role was kind of like taking the hearing world because I know what hearing people don't know. And so I think very often deaf people may just give a little bit of information, and that's not enough for hearing people to understand the why. And then people, well, everyone is busy, so we don't think too much about it. And people may think, oh, this person is difficult, or this is not necessary, or whatever. So I think like really creating and educating employers is incredibly important, right? And so I'm so happy to see that. And I hope that if you read it, you see that maybe something similar will also be necessary. And so now that we've created that, Sandeep, I think creating that for the captions will be much easier. A lot of the things are similar, right? But like kind of like the kind of context that people need because they just never interacted with someone who's deaf or hard of hearing. So I think it's super valuable. It made me so happy. I really think that if other people kind of get their hands on it, even if they're not intact, they will be able to use it. And also like sending this to an employer versus sending them an email about, oh, I want this and this and this, or I need this and this and this. If it's public, it's published by the CNCF, it's just like people are going to take it a little more serious. So check it out, see how that can be applied for your community. I think it's very, very useful. And the other thing I wanted to say about Anastasia, she is the best example of a mentor-mentee relationship that has just been incredibly successful. So we're working on the mentorship program. So Anastasia teamed up with Costas, who is an Argo maintainer, with some talks, and they partnered several times. And then, of course, because it takes some time until you can do it on your own or write an abstract that's good enough, she submitted her first solo abstract, which she wrote on her own. She got accepted. Of course, she couldn't present it, so hopefully she will resubmit for Amsterdam. But that's a different story. She got accepted, and she also submitted her first PR. So that's a great success story because that's what allyship and mentorship can do. And that's why I think the mentorship program can be so powerful. Of course, there are a lot of factors to go into it. There is a whole chemistry thing. Are they a good match or whatever? And so most mentor-mentee relationship will probably not become as successful, but a certain amount will if we have enough people that we match up. So that's why I'm so excited about this program. And I'm really, really want to get that done because it's like we can see where it can lead. And so she is the best example. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that for everyone who wants to help with the mentorship program. It is really powerful. And then Bhavani wanted to join for the women in Cloud Native, but it's very, very late in India, and she had a very hard day. And so she asked me to add this on the agenda. She said that they're planning a CNCF 10th anniversary celebration, but I'm not really sure what that entails. So yeah, something coming about the women in Cloud Native. If anyone knows here, feel free to provide more context, but that's all I know. No. And then
This is Milad.
Huh?
This is Milad. Just I wanted to go back briefly to the best practices document for interviewing deaf and hard of hearing individuals who sign. If, for example, CNCF has it on their web page now, how can we use that and leverage that to influence other companies, right? Like, is there a particular way that we might be able to encourage other companies to use this as well? Like, is there any kind of impact or direct impact that CNCF could have?
So I'm hoping, so things like a lot of things are in flux, and the reason like it took such a long time to actually launch Merge Forward is because a lot of changes happened and so on. So I'm hoping that the CNCF so we're kind of reestablishing some relationships, and new people came. So my hope is that the CNCF can send an email, for instance, to all their members say like, hey, this is a great resource and things like that, right? So that would be a great thing, for instance, if they could just promote it to their members, because all these companies that sponsor KubeCon and so on, they're all members, and so they have their contact information. Now I'll need to open the door in 1 minute. I'll be back. So I hope that answered your question.
Can you see me? Can you see me, Andres? Do you have any experience like with CNCF or with interviewing in Cloud Native spaces and sharing these kinds of documents before you were able to successfully? Hello.
You both had an Italy now.
Sorry?
Sorry, this is Milad still. Do you have any experiences of using this kind of document, Andres?
So
That's a good question. This is Andres, and let me answer that. In the last 2 weeks, we finally sent that out. The document was completed with the best practices. I did have a company contact me, and I was able to add that link into the email and send it back to them. But some of the companies I reached out to didn't respond to me, and that's okay. But I'm trying to encourage other companies to use best practices, but unfortunately, in my experience, most of them have not actually been willing to do that. So far, I've actually, over the last 2 weeks, since the publishing of the document, I have seen an improvement on that. But prior to that, oftentimes companies would not like provide an interpreter or anything, but it seems to be a slight improvement since the last 2 weeks since it's been published.
Had the same experience, Milan. I've been interviewing a lot and have had a ton of issues getting support and interpreters, and the docs helped a lot.
Sonja, your voice is not coming.
I was finishing the interpretation, Sandeep. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, now I wanted to say, as you I have a surprise visitor. So those are one of the really cool, the best things about working with the community is that you make friends from different countries and you get to meet them. So yeah. So yes, that's another motivator to kind of be engaged. And I know Jay was hanging out with William in Japan, and we're gonna be hanging out with Milad, Sandeep, and I think that's it. Iris, are you gonna be in
No, not this year.
hopefully in Amsterdam? So that's one of the cool perks of.
I'm going to be hanging out with Iris in Portugal.
Oh, well, you're gonna be in
Yeah.
KCD Porto.
So
Okay,
there aren't going to be a whole lot of deaf folks attending in Amsterdam, I think. I think it's just 2 or 3. So I definitely need to be there. We need representation there. I'm not going to be able to go to Amsterdam just because I don't know how much of the deaf impact is going to be there, but we really need to kind of get in and start working towards getting more deaf representation in Amsterdam.
Catherine, you and William are in Italy right now?
Yes.
Italy?
Yes.
Nice, nice.
In his home city, right? Like his
Yeah,
he's
in Rome. There you go.
Wow.
So we'll have a little fun. Okay, so I think
Nice. Get to see you both at the same time. That's perfect.
yeah. Okay, should we move forward to the Merge Forward project? Ready with that? Okay. Oh, I added one point, and that's what Sandeep mentioned. And so for the community hub is formerly the DEI hub. It's now community hub. That's where we're having several community discussions, like the crash course and so on. They're making a lot of changes. And a day before I left for vacation, they sent me a form and said, like, can you make sure you submit this? So I know. So there is a possibility to create sessions, to submit propose sessions for Merge Forward. So we're gonna for the community hub. So we do have a crash course. We're gonna have that for sure. I think Anastasia submitted that. Then there's going to be I'm not sure how they're gonna call it, BIPOC or Deep Roots. They were saying, like, how should we call it? It's like BIPOC is not very well known, and said, like, well, I don't know. So they will figure it out, but it's gonna be like a Deep Roots community, however they call it, and find in a way that people know what it is. LGBTQ and so on will all be there. But if you have other ideas, feel free to submit it. And Jay had an idea, but you won't be here or there. But yeah, maybe you can share that idea. Maybe someone wants to submit that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, FOMO, I won't be there, but it's all good. As you said, it's ideal places for everyone to connect directly. One of the things from our previous Deep Roots meeting was the importance of connecting early in the event, so people aren't sort of wondering, especially if it's their first time at KubeCon, it could be a little bit overwhelming. So we can connect on, ideally on the first day or so, and give everyone a chance to connect, and then stay connected throughout. But also one of the big things that came through was connecting around food. And so one of the ideas that came through from the group was that, in this case, we'll just line up a breakfast in time for people to share and get to know one another over, the local cuisine. That'd be ideal as well. If that could perhaps be a running theme, Lee, I'm sure, for those who can make it to Amsterdam next year, you might know all the hot spots, point people in the right direction. But that was something that everyone agreed was pretty cool as well. So yeah, as you mentioned, Catherine, if others have something similar in mind, we encourage them to follow suit too.
Yeah, because someone needs to kind of lead or be the responsible person, like someone kind of like the contact person for that session. I'm not sure if they will do a breakfast because it's not exactly what they were looking for, but I feel like just put some coffee and put table, I don't know. So it's like if someone is up for submitting that, I think it's a great idea. Again, the goal is basically we don't want to wait for 2 days or like just before we leave to kind of find the people in the community, right? We want to have like a little something where we can say, like, let's meet there and we chat, and then you keep seeing people over and over again, right? At the conference, it makes the conference experience much better. So I think it's a great idea. Again, they may say, oh, we cannot put food and beverage there or whatever. I don't know, but we'll I think just let's submit it and see what happens. Anyone up for it? I'll be you? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Good. Oh, yeah, so because I'll be working with them, I won't be able to be there. Okay, cool. Let's do that and then see what happens. And then the other thing is from Diana as well. So she paired up with Sandeep, she said. So that's great. And the other one is from me. So the mentorship program will now be called Buddy Program. So the CNCF reviewed the form. We cannot call it mentorship program because it's too confusing because the Linux Foundation has a mentorship program. So Buddy Program is also a good name, but we can call like Buddy. So we will still refer to mentors and mentees for Buddy mentors and Buddy mentees, so people actually know what it is. So the Linux Fund, so it will be moved because right now it's on my folder. That's why I was saying don't submit because it's on your information would be with me, which you don't want. It should be on the CNCF folder. So they're going to do that next week. Then we can send it to the people who submitted the first form. I'll do that because I have like a list of people who can, that was not enough. So the first form was not really not really an application. So they have to resubmit. And then we can start promoting it. And then we need to kind of also start really getting moving forward with the application for the mentees. And so that's on the the mentorship program team. So there are a few people who wanted to, who have volunteered there. And yeah, next to community management or manager.
Yeah, that would be me. I'm speaking on behalf of myself and Hope right now. So what we have been doing, our goal right now is how to welcome the new joiners and how to keep everyone engaged and how to keep members present. So we've been throwing some ideas around. The first one is that we're working on a document to onboard the new people that join. We already have a draft, we're iterating on it, and hopefully soon everyone can start contributing and add their ideas to it. The second thing that we've been working is how we will actually welcome these new joiners, because there's two ways that they can join, right? One is on the CNCF website on Bevy, and the other one is on the Slack channel. So in the Slack channel, we have been toying with the idea of workflow, so that's easy, but we don't have a solution yet for InBevy. So yeah, if anybody has any ideas, we're open to working with everything. Also, we have discussed how to have some more fun in the meetings, to increase the engagement. And one of our members, Sarah, she mentioned to play some games, maybe on Twitch or here on Slack. So that's also a cool idea, some games that we can play to break the ice from time to time. If you have game ideas, let us know. It's just ideas that we're throwing around with each other. Also, you might have seen today, we added the workflow to remind us for the monthly meeting 2 hours before. Yeah, if you think that the timing needs to change, it's something that Hope did perfectly, and it's very easy to configure. And also we have running meetings bi-weekly. We should share a link, so everyone is welcome to join and to give us ideas, how to make the community better and how to, have fun and feel welcome and feel at home together. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been working on. Anything else, Hope, that comes to your mind?
Oh no, you said it all. Thanks.
Okay. That's all from us. Thank you.
I think we're now with the open discussion, and so I saw Iris calls you Hope and I call you Anya. What's your favorite? What's your preferred name?
Okay,
Anya.
so my name is Onyedikachi Hope Amechi Okori. So
That's too long.
Onyedikachi.
You're killing us with that.
Onyedikachi is perfect.
Which one?
Onyedikachi. Onye.
Okay. Anya is more friendly. I have to practice the other one, but if that's your favorite, I'll practice.
Me too. I found Hope. I saw Hope on Slack, and I'm like, I can pronounce you, so I decided to take it.
Onyedikachi. Is that right?
Yeah, Starbucks. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, everyone should be called by their preferred name. We shouldn't, if we can learn. So no need to make compromise for us. We'll learn. Okay, so you had a question regarding the deadline, and yes, you're right. So the deadline for the CFP that I was referring about at the beginning of the meeting is for KubeCon Amsterdam. And yes, there's going to be a deadline for the co-located events. So generally what we try to do is to resubmit whatever we submitted for KubeCon also to a co-located event. But if you didn't manage to submit something and have an idea for a co-located, you can still do that. So absolutely.
Just one correction, the deadline is not the 10th of October, it's the 12th.
Oh, I was confused. You know what? Like, yeah, it's because the form for the the community hub, is October 10th. And so, yeah, okay. And that's it, what we had on the agenda. So open for, yes, go ahead. Milad.
The KubeCon deadline is October 12th, and then the Colo events are when? I mean, is it farther out? I think it's later.
It's later. I didn't check yet the correct date, but they just opened.
Yeah, like the lightning talks and things like that. Nobody's signed up for that, have they not? The lightning talks?
The project lightning talk is a benefit that we lost with not being part of a tag anymore. So it was a nice one, but I'm hoping that we get more. Well, we are getting.
We did so great in Paris when we had that. Yeah, that was great.
I know. I did tell them. I said we have an important. I always tell them, make an exception for us. Our group is more important than the others. But we're working and trying towards having more flexibility with the community hub. So we're like, now we have the form, and hopefully we can get more and more involved with the community hub, which would be another avenue, and maybe much more than the lightning talks. The good thing about the lightning talks is that you have a huge audience, right? That's something that it's really short, but it's a great way to raise awareness. So I am very sad that we lost that, but I tried to get it back, but it's a tag thing. TAG, yeah. Anything else? Questions, concerns?
I do have a concern.
Concern?
Yeah. About the buddy program or mentorship program, I think the lack of structure, it's challenging for Mentee and for both parties in the mentorship program. I mean, pairing up two people, I don't think it's enough to say we have a mentorship program. I think there should be a structure, some action items for both parties, some reporting, some to evaluate the success.
Yeah.
So there should be something.
Yeah, I mean, we can like so maybe then we're finalizing the mentor application, which is I think is the most challenging because we need theoretically the same amount of mentors and mentees, and I know there are going to be much more mentees interested than mentors. So that's why we started with a mentorship program with a mentor application, and we want to kind of give it more time to get more people in. And then mentees is the next step. Like, and while maybe once we have the mentee form ready and push it out, because then we need to wait a little bit to kind of for applications to come in and then match them. And while we do that, maybe we can kind of work on some because it would be good to, like, one of the things that we want to prove as well is success. So if we want to be taken seriously by the CNCF and so on, and maybe like at some point where they say like, well, we're going to support you with hopefully in the future resources, like really showing success. Like if we can show, for instance, an example like Anastasia with Costas, that something like that happened through our mentorship program, like, you know, like a talk, a PR, I think that would be really good. I mean, that's a good point, because then it's a hard evidence that that our program works. And one of the things I know the CNCF is interested in this, or will be interested, is because I don't know how aware everyone is, but like contributions are declining. So it's a big problem because more and more people are using open source. The fact that we're using AI is increasing. So we're using, there's more digital transformation, more companies are moving to Kubernetes, yet there are fewer people actually contributing. So that is a real problem. It's a real issue. And so it's not that they need necessarily people from underrepresented group, but underrepresented groups are a huge pool, and it's untapped, or like not untapped, but there's like, we could kind of dig much deeper in there. So if we can prove that, we would really prove that we're providing value to the open source community and the health of the ecosystem.
Catherine, I think I just want to add one point really quick to what Will said. Like the mentor, it needs a structure, content, and how you are going to evaluate. So why don't we collaborate actually with the mentorship program that I think Nate is running, the official CNCF mentorship program? They could actually have a subcategory for underrepresented groups there.
It's a different program because it's like, and that's why we're changing the name, because like what Nate is working on is basically an internship. So it's not a mentor, they call it mentorship. I don't feel like it's a mentorship program, because it's like, but it's basically because you have a project, a company must be behind it. They have to do a specific task, and then they're get some compensation, like a little bit, right? Or some support. So that's an internship.
But that is what Will was saying, no? Exactly, Will was hinting the same thing. That specific structure, specific task, specific project.
No. What I'm trying to suggest is that there should be the lack of structure doesn't help the person, the mentor and the mentee, meaning that they don't have deliverable. The mentor doesn't have deliverable for the mentee. There is no path to say, I'm going to help you with code. I'm going to help you with documentation. I'm going to help you with talks. There is nothing. There is somebody that feels that needs to be mentored, and then there is a mentor somewhere. But there is no structure on saying what type of mentorship somebody is looking for, what type of mentorship somebody can deliver, and what is the outcome that is at the end of this mentorship. So what Nate is doing is, I feel, is an internship for career path growth, which both mentorship and internship can lead to that. But the target is something else. The target is to get underrepresented folks to move forward with their plans, with what they want to do, what they want to learn, what if they want to get themselves exposed to the public, or whatever targets there are. So I think I don't think it's the same thing, Sandeep.
Yeah, also there are different offerings, right? So the LF mentorship program is like more internship, right? So there's mentoring, because like any internship, you have someone who helps you and is responsible for you. That's kind of the mentorship part of it. We're asking people several, and I don't know if you saw the latest form. So we are asking a lot of very specific questions. So but not deliverables, right? So we're asking, what kind of mentorship do you want to do? Do you want to do like a career path kind of discussions, or do you want to help someone with who wants to learn about a technology? Do you want to team up for a talk? Like people can pick different things. So once we work on the mentee application, we're going to ask the same questions and then we can match them. So we will be able to say like, okay, you want to help someone with a talk and you want to get help with a talk. We can match them like that. But with a talk, it's a little easier.
Yeah.
Because then there is a deliverable, right? But what about what's it called? Like career advice, right? Like, have they actually met like once a month or whatever, right? Like, is that, so that's something where we have to say maybe, because one of the things that I think is really important that we wanted to do is time box it for 6 months for a talk, but like, because we want to give people because you don't want to be stuck with someone you don't really, like feel.
I have an opinion about this. I don't think like this works. I think the time boxing it is a baseline that might not work for a talk, might not work for helping somebody contribute code, contribute documentation, or with career advice. So why would I be sitting with you for 6 months to give you career advice? Or do I need to sit with you? Is it enough to sit with you for 6 months for code contributions? So I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if this group sits together and build these forms, and we define what is the time box for each type of mentorship and what are the deliverables for each type of mentorship, and how we could structure each type of mentorship, because it's easier for everybody, for the mentor and for the person on the other side to work through within a box and within a structure, because it makes the work less hard for everybody, I think.
Yeah. The only reason I was like kind of time boxing it, so it depends like on the delivery. So because sometimes one of the most important thing for a successful mentorship program is also there's some chemistry. You're matching people who completely have never met each other, and you will have matches where it's like it's not working. It's like I don't know, and it's like, and then how do you allow people to kind of gracefully get out of that and say like, oh, I don't have time anymore. So it's like, so I think so I do like the time boxing thing, and maybe saying like there is like something that has to be there, or like because 6 months is kind of like a decent thing. But we always say like, so it's like 6 months is like the time box initially. So we give you a chance to kind of say like, oh, like I don't have any time. But we hope like if this works, we're saying like we encourage you to continue the relationship. So it's more like
I'm not arguing that on the 6 months or the time boxing. I want the time boxing. What I'm suggesting is that is a time box. The amount of time is related to the type of mentorship.
Yeah. Well, the only challenge is like this, like how are we gonna, because the form is basically almost ready. The CNCF is just, so how are we going to calculate the time box for each different?
But the CNCF is preparing the form without the leaders of the underrepresented groups.
We created it. They're just moving it to the.
Oh, okay.
That's 100% us. They have not contributed a single word, except for the Linux Foundation disclaimer.
I understand.
Yeah. But no, they're moving it to. Well, we can. Yeah. Maybe we can start a thread on our channel to discuss this, but because it feels like a little too much in the weeds for the 8 minutes that we have left. I do if we have a way to kind of say, maybe we can say between 6 and whatever months, because that's in the intro, and then it allows us to figure it out a little bit with the deliverables later. So we can, because I really want to send that form out to, I did the post with the initial form a week before KubeCon last time. Those people are still waiting. So it's like, I want to send that. And I figured out it did not work. Like the way I kind of created the questions did not work. People were not really kind of what's it called? Like mentor material. They were like, I had someone who was a physician. It's like, how did you come? Like this is for cloud native. It's like, so because that's what happened when you put it on the internet, right? Like people were like, this is awesome. And they signed up, and people like completely unrelated with cloud native started signing up. And it's like, okay, so yeah. Well, that's what happens if you put it on social media. And so now it's very specific. Like that was a very good trial. And now like, but we only get one chance. Like we cannot say like, oh, now we have to do another form, right? So, I like that idea with the framework, but let's start a thread. Talk about that. You get a chance to see it as well, and maybe we do it more between 6 months and 9. And we did say something that depending on what kind of thing you do, and then we keep it flexible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think Catherine, the thing we're doing before KubeCon start, it's too hard now because we have a submission of October 12th for the main track, then November 2nd for the co-located track, and then people who have been selected to review for the Amster, who have been selected to review, they also have to put the task before the KubeCon. So practically the next 20 days are like really occupied. And then the travel
we are
and
sending this
everything.
as soon as it is. Last time I send it just before KubeCon. So the people are waiting since last KubeCon, since London. They've been waiting, and I told them I'm still working on it. Please wait. And then we had the whole thing about what's happening with Merge Forward, and so I'm very uneasy. I did send everyone an email saying like things, please wait. But I don't feel comfortable telling people, sign up and then just not get back. I think that's not very good. But like people don't know we had like all these challenges in between. So we're gonna send the form as soon as possible. And as to when it's the ideal time in general, Sandeep, as you know, KubeCon is every single day of the year because it never ends. If it's not CFP, it's review, it's preparing at talks. It's like, I don't know if you've noticed, but once we we're gonna have to think about next
100%, 100%, Catherine. That's what I think too. This is Milad.
I think
Milad was just saying, I agree. I'm sorry, Sandeep. Yeah, sorry, this is Milad. I mean, 1 year, 2 events. I just feel like there's really like not enough time. It's every day that we're doing stuff. We're every day planning for things. We've got programs, we've got projects, we've got so many things going on. I feel like I don't always have the time to do the things that I need to do on the personal side of things.
I think the main problem this time is that the CFP is before the KubeCon. Last time the CFP was after the Salt Lake City. Yeah.
If you knew how many times I've reached out to the CNCF and said, like, why are you doing this to us? It's like, I feel it's literally a slap in the face. I feel every time when I see that kind of thing coming out. Like, we have to do is we have these things. It's like it feels really. I know it's not meant like that, but it feels almost like torture. It's like because it's like you're not even preparing your talk for Atlanta, and you have to. Are you serious? It's like
Exactly.
I know. It's terrible. But it is the way it is. We cannot change it, unfortunately. I've tried to do my part. I mean, if people keep complaining, maybe we, if everyone complains, maybe eventually.
Is there a specific timeline for this buddy program that we're talking about right now? Like we have the mentors already, okay?
We don't have the mentors already.
Oh, isn't it what you talked about when you said I sent it like a week before and people signed up and everything?
So I have mentor candidates.
Oh, okay.
Because my form was not really good. And people have to reapply so we can really kind of qualify them. Like the way I did it was very naive. It's not at all like, so now like if you look at the form, it's very like what do you want to do? How much experience do you have in this, right? Like and there are like trick questions, it's like if you want to help someone with a talk, how many talks have you given? 1. maybe you're not ready yet, right? Like, and so kind of it's yeah. So I'm hoping, I mean, we're all hoping. We had several people look at it, so I'm hoping this is better. So basically we have a pool of people who apply, they have to reapply. So and then once we have that, and then we can see like who is actually a potential mentor.
So they didn't reapply yet, like they.
No. The form
they need to do
will
it, okay.
be needs to live on the CNCF drive, of course, because it shouldn't be on any private, because people are providing their email addresses and maybe potentially information we don't want to be public. That will happen next week.
Oh, okay, cool. Next week. And is there like a timeline of all of this project?
So it just depends like how successful we are, and and it is a lot of work. So I'm a little bit intimidated because it's like we do have people who want to help with this, but like going through the form, I don't know if we have someone who, I don't think anyone actually said that they are a Google Sheets like pro. I think we need it's like that, because like filtering, like it's a little tricky. It's trickier than I thought it was, like to do the matching. Then we need to find the mentees and then the matching. So I'm not really, a lot of things that I've done, and it's like I do one thing and then it's like figure it out, and then so it's like tomorrow's problem. So I'm not really sure how. I know it's gonna work somehow, but I'm not sure exactly how.
No, it's fine.
How fast and easy it will be with the matching, and how much people can actually be available and help. But I definitely know that we'll need several people to help with this.
Okay.
But that's why I mentioned as well, like Anastasia as an example of like, that's what we're like, it's gonna be rare, but if we get like 2 people per year, you know, like who have like such a trajectory, I mean, that would be a huge win.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Yep, Milad.
Oh, last time, if I wanted to join the mentorship program as a mentee in the very beginning, I'm a new person, I'm new to Cloud Native, I don't know much, I want to learn. How would I go about looking for a mentor? I mean, how would I even do that? Is it something you help us find a mentor, or do we go out and look for somebody ourselves to pair with, or how do we go about that process in the program?
Exactly. So that's something that the mentorship team will be doing. So we're going to have applications for mentors. We're going to have applications for mentees. And then based on their interest, we'll match them. And then some will work, some won't work. And then hopefully people reapply if they are looking for something slightly different. And then we'll take it from there. And I think interpreters have
time's up.
Yeah, I was going to say interpreters have to leave.
Well, it is really good to see you. I hope you come and attend our Deaf and the Hard of Hearing working group meeting sometime. Well, because you bring so much energy.
You?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah, you should come and attend our
Okay.
meeting. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I love it.
Okay, cool. We're 2 minutes over. So thank you everyone very much. And let's continue the conversation on Slack.
Thanks,
See you
everyone.
all.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.